Here we are coming up to the first anniversary of our lockdown, the COVID lockdown in India. We started going into lockdown March 24th, 2020. Like everybody else at that time, I had no idea what was going on, and I went whatever was told, what we're told to do, I did it. I followed all the recommendations for the lockdown to try to stay healthy and safe during those first few months. But as I was in lockdown, I started to do my own research and develop, I came up with some ideas and developed an extension of yoga and Ayurveda that I was already following. But I ramped it up. And this is how I feel that I was able to really stay completely healthy through this entire lockdown. So let me tell you a little bit about what I have come up with, the routine that I follow. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is what worked for me. There's a lot of research to support what I'm going to tell you. Follow the links below. The first one that I've done is the gel neti. That is when you are taking water, warm salt water, pouring it through your nose, and it really does an amazing job cleaning out your sinuses and your nasal passages. Not only do I use warm salt, but I also add a couple of drops of Tulsi in there. So Tulsi is one of my key ingredients that I use all the time. You'll hear me talk about it again. If you've done this before, I would recommend doing sutra neti. But if you haven't done this, then maybe you don't want to start now. But that is something that I do daily. Next on my list, we will be doing the Kapalabhati. When I'm finished with the neti, the jal neti, which is water neti, warm salt water, the sutra neti, which is running the tubing through your nose and out your mouth. The next one that I'm going to do is Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is where you're doing forceful exhalation, passive inhalation. And this does an amazing job of getting down into the very deep aspects of your lungs. It exchanges out residual air that's been in your lungs that doesn't get out. Usually when we're just normally breathing, we have what we call tidal breathing, and it's a very shallow breath. We get out about 500 milliliters of oxygen or air coming in and out of our lungs every time we breathe in. But when we do Kapalabhati, we're actually forcing air out at down at the very bottom of our lungs, the areas that we don't often get to use. Not only do we get a good exchange of all that residual air that's left in there, it also cleans out all the dust, and the dust is going to be carrying the viruses and the bacteria out of your lungs. So it's a great way to clean out your lungs. I do this every day. You could start out slow doing this, and it's going to be very helpful. I have some videos that show you how to do this. So go ahead, follow the little link up there, and you're going to find some videos that will help you learn how to do this. The next thing I use is, this one. You've probably heard of Ashwagandha. It's an adaptogenic shrub, and it is used in Ayurvedic all the time. It's really does an amazing job of anti-stress and anti-inflammation. It's just overall helps to keep your body really in tip-top shape. I would highly recommend taking this. I take one of these a day. And then the last thing that I do is part of my COVID routine is I take Tulsi drops in water. Take a glass of water, put your Tulsi drops in it, drink a glass of this. I use about 5 drops of these, and there you have it. So you're going to do gel neti, sutra neti if you know how. Then you're going to do Kapalabhati. Then you're going to take Ashwagandha, the medicinal shrub. Oh, and one more thing. I would also recommend having a tea made out of Tulsi tea with green. You can make Tulsi tea with green tea, but make sure you add star anise in there. Star anise is a really amazing, has some amazing properties for fighting the viruses. And it's actually in some flu medicines that you can buy over the counter. The active ingredient in star anise is in these over the counter flu medicines. So go ahead and make yourself a cup of tea every day. Drink it with, you can have Tulsi in it, star anise, ginger, put ginger in there, cinnamon, cloves. Anyhow, I'll include a recipe down below in the description. So check down there for links to the blog if you need to read more about my routine and how I do it. There's a recipe for the teas. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you very much. And I hope this helps you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out my routine for keeping myself healthy and happy through this entire year. And I'm going to continue to follow this routine. Namaste.